So welcome to the webinar. My name is Mike Wood. We are going to be talking today about some creative eBay strategies. We will be discussing selling rocks on eBay. I've got a number of different items like this that I wanted to put up and share and talk about. And obsidian is one of them that I have found locally here and wanted to just see what's happening out there on eBay with that. And then another one that I have is I can't remember the name of it. I'm going to have to look it up here and see if I can find it. So we'll be jumping into this here and talk about some of the different options out there. This is one of those from nature types of things for us. So let's see if I can open another tab. There we go. And jump back into eBay. So flint knapping is the art of making arrowheads out of rocks. And so some people will buy the obsidian and flint and other types of rocks. And what I want to do is I've got some Arkansas stone, and I'm trying to remember what it's called, and it's really slipping my mind right now. So I'm hoping somebody's got it listed in here in one of these, but I'm not seeing a lot of it's not chert. So I apologize. I'm just trying to find the name of that, and I might have to do a little Google search so I can find it here. But this was another one that I wanted to look at. Let's go look at this. Might find it for me. All right, so we got soft, hard, translucent, true hard. I think that's basically what I'm looking at. Arkansas stones, color translucent. There it is, novaculite. That's what I'm looking for. So novaculite stone is what it is. So let's actually we can just copy that, paste it over here. So it's we've got some actual arrowheads that have been made out of novaculite. What I am hoping for is to see if people are selling just the raw stone unchiseled so that people can use it to make this stuff. So novaculite specialty in hammerstone, flint knapping. And So I'm not seeing listed the raw stone that I have. We'll look at completed listing and see what we've got there. 217 completed, different types of stuff. So this is something that a lot of you will probably have available in your area. And you might have access to. I came into this and learned about it a little bit because I've been inventing a sharpening stone. Been working on making my own stone. Right here. So this is the site for my product that I've been developing. This is my second prototype right there that you're seeing, the Viper sharpener. And so I had to source, I wanted to make this in the US. That's my first prototype right there. And my final prototype isn't, I don't have a picture of it up there yet, but it will be soon. And so anyway, I wanted to make this all, made in the USA. And so I was searching for manufacturers of stones in the U.S., and that's where I found out about the Novaculite, the Arkansas stone, and started searching for that kind of stone. Now, I noticed that this individual had some stones here, and that's really interesting that they've got 91,000 items. Now, that's somebody who's seriously working their business. And I'm trying to see if they have any active listings like the one that I saw that was complete. And I don't know if they are manufacturing these or if they just have a supplier. But I'm thinking with all the different items, they've probably got a supplier that they're drop shipping from or buying from or something like that. Huge eBay store there, though, right? I mean, look at that. This go back to 91,949 items. That's somebody who's seriously working eBay, and they're probably making some good money from it. Let's look at their sold listings. Oh, they don't like that. Completed. Don't like that either. Okay. Go to the seller here. So ECOP USA. Items for sale. 91,981. It should show me just their sold items. I don't know why it's not doing that. That's really odd. All right, so we're going to quit wasting time on that. So anyway, that is how I kind of came into this, was finding a supplier for that. And then I realized that, hey, some people are using this kind of stone for flint knapping. Then talking to a buddy of mine, I found that we actually have a lot of this loose obsidian available here in Utah. We have just hillsides that are pretty much just all obsidian. Just huge hills full of obsidian, scattered everywhere. Some of it larger than others, but kind of fun to see what was out there and gather a bunch of that up. And so then I thought about, well, is that something that I can sell on eBay? And sure enough, there are people selling that. What we want to do, though, is look at the completed listings or sold items. So we've got, this is mahogany obsidian, so it's the black and brown. It's got the brown stripes and lines in it. And there's 321 active listings and 658 completed listings. And we want to look at just US only, because that's really all I'm competing with. So 610 completed listings, and out of the 610 completed, we have 332 sold items. So we're looking at about a 50% sell-through rate, which is not too bad at all. Now, some of these are polished pieces. Some of them are just chunks of rock. This is, they're calling it obsidian needles. And these are just pieces. And that's interesting. This is a lot. I'm going to go look at the original listing here, because that title seems to be saying to me that this is 1 ounce of obsidian. And when they say needles, I guess they really mean needles. These are tiny, apparently. 1 ounce lots, yep, of all natural mahogany obsidian needles scooped from the needles as pictured, picture taken wet and sized approximately 1 to 4 inches long by 1/16 to 1/2 inch wide, and the number of crystals may vary depending on the size of individual crystals, but most run between 8 to 18 pieces, generally depending on size. Coloration runs brown, red-brown to black, with some having several shades and all having that great wind chime ring. And these needles are just as they come from the earth, collected in Davis Creek, California years ago, and now much harder, if not impossible, to find in this all-natural condition. Healing properties include the release of pain associated with loss, sadness, and anger, so one can go on with life and heal. Interesting. So they're talking about the healing properties of the stone. And then shipping details in there. Very simple description, nothing real fancy. And 1 ounce, I mean, you put that in a box and you can ship that first class, no problem. It's not going to cost much to ship it, so they made some pretty good profit there. They had just the one. I don't know if they sold multiples of those or not. Then we've got other pieces down here. There's 1 pound of obsidian, mahogany obsidian, that sold for $11.96 plus $5.95 shipping. So looking at 12, almost $16 there for a pound of obsidian, and I've got several pounds of this stuff, and then of course unlimited access to it. What I am wondering is how often it sells. So as we look through this, we can see here's the 29th. So just today's sales, there's one that was polished. Here's a raw piece on the 29th. There's some slightly polished pieces from yesterday. 27th piece there. Another on the 27th, 2 on the 26th, 1 on the 25th, another on the 25th. Christmas Eve, Christmas Eve, Christmas Eve. A day before Christmas, you have 1, 2, 3 that sold there. 2 days before Christmas, one. There's another of those needles, and so they are selling. It's definitely, there is some potential there. And so this is something that I thought, gosh, I could probably make something out of that, and I could sell it for, a pound at a time. I could sell it for, there's somebody doing 20 pounds. I could do smaller lots. Davis Creek mahogany obsidian needles, 1/2 pound for $13. I mean, that's crazy. That's you're talking just 8 ounces of stone there. So I think there's definitely some possibility here. And what I'm going to do is just come up to this one here, and I'm going to go sell one like this. And I'm going to start this. So this is going to be Utah mahogany. And I like to capitalize the first letter of each word. Actually, mine are not needles. flint knapping, fire strikers, starters. So there we go. Flint knapping, fire strikers, starters. 1/2 pound. I think that will work just fine. Don't need that. We don't need that. And then we'll just go and pull up my trusty eBay details template that I save in a Google Doc so that I can have access to that easily here. Highlight all of that. Come in here and copy the title up there. Paste it over this title. Now this is going to be a little different, so we're going to say these raw stones are gathered from the Utah desert. And will be similar to what you see in photos. And I'll just give them a little bit of detail about it. Smaller than fist size and will weigh between 1 to 4 ounces each stone. And then for my item condition, I'm just going to put these are raw stones that come straight from the earth. And then everything else I'm going to leave the same in there. So all I need then is to put in, it's asking it's a condition. We'll just put used condition. Looks like it wasn't even required for this. And I'm going to try doing a $9.97 for my pricing. I will allow offers and see what people want to offer. I'm going to say 3 on this. I'm not sure. I might have enough for, I might have 4 or 5 pounds of this, but I'm going to have to double check that when I get home. It's a ½ pound, so that'll go first class. So I'm just going to use my first class shipping option, and I offer free shipping on everything. 1-day handling time, no problem. This will probably be a 10 by 6 by 1 package. It's 1 pound or less, and we're looking at about 9, maybe 10 ounces with the box for this. Okay, so just like that, I'm ready to put up a listing of something that isn't going to cost me anything. Now, I'm going to go take some pictures of this and show you guys what I'm talking about so you can get an idea of the rocks that I actually have. And I'll get these up here. And then this is something that I have basically an unlimited supply of. We have a couple areas down in central to southern Utah and probably other areas, but this is the area I know of, where I can go and find this stuff and pick it up basically anytime I want to. And so I can, if this is something that works out and I can do this type of thing, consistently, then I'm going to be selling a lot of this. I'm going to do it more often. So, fortunately, here in the break room, I do have a white cutting board, and I wanted to get this wet so it would shine, and I can really see the colors in them. And so, I'm going to take a few pictures here, and you will see these shortly on the computer there. And we'll get them up for you to take a look at. So. I am going to be using a flash on this because it is nighttime right now, so I don't have any good natural light that is going to help me with this. So I'm using the fluorescent lighting that I have in the office. So that is what we've got to work with, and then I'll brighten it a bit in the eBay app. So these are, like I say, fairly wet, so it's going to give us a good shine to it, hopefully. And I'll do a couple of close-ups here so that we can hopefully really see the color in these. And you might see my Dropbox there in the top right, uploading these images as we speak. So that's available to me right away there. And so then we'll come in here to add edit photos. Click on the select photos option. And we want to go to camera uploads folder. And right there, I've already got my images there. So that's why I love Dropbox. It's a great tool to use for eBay when you're taking your own pictures. It really helps speed things up. I've got my images there ready to go immediately. So something's not right with that picture there. So we'll get rid of that one. And then this one doesn't look too bad. We'll crop that a bit, and I can decide if I really want to use that as my main picture or not. Actually, that's probably going to be better to use as a close-up. I think that's what I did. That one was the close-up shot of one of the rocks. So we'll crop that right around just that rock and brighten that up a bit, bring in the contrast, a little more brightening, and we really want that to stand out. So I use this tool on eBay to clean up my images quite often so that I can really get a crisp, sharp image that will look good. So there we are with the rock. Now let's try this one and crop that down. Brighten it and work on the contrast, see if we can get a pretty good looking image out of that. We'll brighten that up quite a bit, bring in the contrast, brighten it some more. Background kind of disappears and colors in those rocks really stand out. So I'm going to take that and put that as our primary image, and we will clean up these other two. And then I'll go to the Novaculite and we'll pull that one up and show you that as well. And that's one that when I talked to the supplier for my stones for the Viper Sharp system that I started working on this past year, I was already familiar with flint knapping and this hobby, and so I asked him to send me a bunch of just broken pieces that they can't make stones out of. And that's where I got I got several boxes, 2 or 3 boxes full of just pieces of stone, raw stone that I can work with. And so that's another one, something else that I've been wanting to put up on eBay that I just hadn't done yet. So there we are with some of that. We've got our images in there. Boom, we're all ready to go. Now with those images, I want to go ahead and move this one over there. No, we'll leave that. I think that's pretty good. So good representation of what I have. And we will actually, let's go in there and give them, since I only show 2 stones, we can tell them your lot will have between probably between 4 to 10 stones if you prefer larger or smaller. Let me know after you right after you order. And I want to say right after because I ship very quickly. Sometimes I've shipped things within minutes of receiving the order. So, all right, there we go. Continue that. And while that's going up, we're going to look at this novaculite stuff. And I think this was this one? No, this was not just one seller. So, all right, so here we've got another opportunity to list the novaculite, or what I think I'd like to do is let's do a search for raw stone flint knapping. And so there we are looking at many different pieces of flint knapping stone. Now there is what I like to see: Arkansas novaculite flint knapping primitive skinning knife preform blade blank. And here's another axe Kelt. They're blanks. They're just sending blocks here that people can then use to create their pieces that they want to make. And so that is a great way for me to sell the novaculite, I figure. So I'm going to come in and look at this. Let's see what they charge for shipping, because I'm going to do free shipping. So $3.99 shipping. Do they have the description down here? Overall size 4 7/8 by 1 by 1/4 inch, and they don't talk about the weight of it necessarily. So we'll just probably do inches, and so for a similar piece to that, if we're doing 4 and so 10.50. So again, I think what I'm going to do is just sell one like this, and I'm going to just do this as a $9.97 price again, and this will be I'll probably want to do these individually, and so these will be different from let's see, United States. So this will be a little different from the other one where I did, hey, this is multiple pieces, and it's similar to what it is. This will be, hey, this is this piece. So Arkansas novaculite flint knapping, primitive skinning knife preform, blade blank. All right, and I actually have one of these right next to me here that is a pretty hefty piece. I'm going to try and find a different one that will have a little different look to it. So we'll do that. And these are very hard to stones. If you've got a good sharp piece of it, it makes a great striking stone, or for flint and steel, or for ferro rod. And so that's another way that I might advertise some of these, is just as a ferro rod striker, or flint and steel striker, and stuff like that. But the flint knapping idea is one that I caught on to, that I thought, you know, that will probably work pretty well too. So, all right, so I've got a few pieces here, and what I'm going to do is start with, I'll just start with one of these, and we'll go ahead and take pictures of a few of them, because since this is going to be a one at a time type of an item for me, I want to have multiple pictures of the, I want to have pictures of multiple items, rather, so that I can do more listings, and I can do self-similar. So once I've done one listing, I can then do many other listings without any problem. Now, I do want to show the length and dimensions of this, so I'm going to take this picture with a measuring stick, a ruler here. So we'll have that right in there so that they can see that. And I've got my flash on auto now, so and I'm showing the different angles on this as well, so they can see every side of it and what the dimensions will be on each corner, essentially. So that way they'll have a pretty good understanding of the size of the item. And then I can take my second piece and do a similar set of pictures. Now I'm doing this on a black background here initially. Then I'm going to take these, and like I did with the obsidian, I'm going to get them wet. So they're kind of gray right now. I'm going to get them wet and then put them on that white cutting board. So they can see what they would look like wet or polished as well. All right, so a few quick photos there. Apologize that you're just seeing a little bit of just the screen there as I'm going through this, but I wanted to I want to walk you through the whole process and show you this. So again, you'll see those images showing up there at the top right corner from my Dropbox. And with this one, we'll do that stone first right there. So I uploaded those. We want to get the rest of these here. So starting right here, that was an accidental shot right there, to right there. So we open all those up. And so my first shot, I might, in primary image, I might do one of these where they can see the stone standing out against a white background. We'll crop that. And clean that image up a bit. Really bring the contrast in, because I really want those dark colors to stand out so they can see that. I love using the white backgrounds and the black backgrounds, flat backgrounds, because it really makes your image stand out. If you're doing creative stuff like this, an image can help, a good image can help a lot. It can really go a long way to getting clicks on your item and making things look good. So I use I take a little time here on the brightness and contrast of this. And then this, again, I've got many, many pounds of this stuff. So this is another item that if it works out well, I'm going to sell a lot of this. I'll continue to sell it over and over, because it's something that I have fairly easy access to. So that's not the best image. eBay may not like that one, actually. It's looking a little blurry to me. We'll see what they say about it. I've seen sometimes where an image is grainy and they just nix it and say, nope, it's not good enough. But it looks like they're going to accept it here, so it might be all right. So that one was with the flash. And some of these, the flash went off, some of them it didn't. And so I'm not doing the brightness, really. I'm focusing more on just that contrast bit. And I am trying to show them all angles of that stone, all the different sides and parts of it, so they have a pretty good, clear understanding of what they're getting. And if this works out well, then it's something that I might be able to get my son to work on, because he's shown an interest in eBay and using that to make some income and start his own little eBay business. So this is something that he could easily do without worrying much about having to buy surplus or put money out. This is you'd be surprised the natural resources that are available to you in your area. And if you just get out and look around, I mean, look at this. This is literally a slab of rock, and people are willing to pay for this stuff. You may have something. It may be leaves or sticks or river rock or driftwood or maybe pine needles. You may have something in your area that people are interested in. So it doesn't hurt to check it out a little bit and see what you've got, and then go see what's happening on eBay with it and list it. So there's one item. This one's going to need a little bit of descriptive work here. And this is a raw Arkansas stone is hard, black, no vacuolite, no vacuolite. All right. And it's approximately 4.5 inches long by what, 2 inches? So we'll put that in here. 4.5 inches by 2 inches. Okay, there we are, and I've got another one ready to go. And then this is, let's see, this is going to be, I actually can go and weigh this and see what it does weigh, so I can determine whether I'm going to ship it first class or ship it flat rate. So we'll check that. It's 6 ounces, so that can go first class easily. And I probably still want to wrap it with a piece of cardboard, but I'm not going to worry about a box. I'll wrap a piece of cardboard around it, and then send it in a padded envelope, and that should be fine. So we're again looking at a 10 by 6 by 1 inch, and 6 ounces, and we're done. Okay, so these are 2 items that I've got easy. Before completing your list, make sure you're following these requirements. Selling art or craft made in 1935 or later, you're describing the item as Alaska Native Indian. Need to, so I'm not describing it as any of that. I didn't pay attention to where that all right, so category, cultures and ethnicities, Native American, U.S., now flint knapping art. Okay, I'm going to leave it there, and whoops, that's not what I wanted to do. I have to jump back into it here and continue. There we go. And ignore their big message there and list your item. As long as it lets you list your item, you can ignore it. And then I can go in here and just do sell similar, and I can put that next item up that I have. So if you've got a whole box full of these, the first one's going to take a little bit of time. The second one, not quite as long, because you're only changing the images. And I can just click remove all images here, just like that. So then I'm starting fresh. And then I'm changing these approximate dimensions, and that's it. Everything else is going to remain the same. Maybe the pricing, perhaps if I wanted to change that or something. So great way to do multiple listings of similar items. So this gives you an idea of some of the creative things I've looked at that I've been able to find locally here. Let's go and just quickly, as I finish here, look at this other one here. You dig fossils. This is something that is here in Utah that I found. Shale. Maybe people are buying shale out there. Geodes. Or they're buying geodes. These are things that are available here that that I can just go and pick up in Utah. This here shows me the location. of how to get there, the quarry and details. Great present for family and friends. You can buy it from them if you don't want to go get it, or we can go and find it ourselves. They've got open dates, so we can see when they're open. I would assume that they're closed in December. Yep, closed in December, probably closed in January and February. And it looks like they're just opening up the end of March there on the weekends of March. So then in April, they really open up. So March, April, I can go here and check this out. Cost 2 hours of digging for a 7 to 16-year-old is $16. Adults over 17, $28 for 2 hours. Half a day, and we got this cost. And basically, they just shave off a chunk of the mountain with these trilobite items in it, and you go out and dig through it and pick up whatever you want to. So sounds like fun. Something that I think my kids would enjoy, and this might be something that I could go and sell on eBay. And we can actually search that if we just we want to. Let's see if I can find right there. Trilobites is what we're talking about. We didn't finish that one. We'll go ahead and finish this one here. And let's do a search for trilobites. And sure enough, there's people selling those. So there's 2,900 listings. It's actually quite a competitive product. Very interesting. 2,900, so 3,000 currently listed, 6,400 completed. And out of that, we've got 2,500 sold. So pretty good sell-through rate for these as well. So nice all-natural Gerastos granulosus trilobite fossil from Morocco. Remarkable rare trilobite and crinoid slab, Ohio, USA, $1,500. Are you kidding me? That's fantastic. Here's a small one, Elrathia trilobite fossil in Reddish Matrix, Utah, and it's $9.98 plus shipping, or $9.99 plus shipping, so $3.95 shipping. So they're selling that for $9. Who knows? They had to clean it up a little bit around the item, but they may have found 20 or 30 of those or more in 2 hours, right? And so great opportunities I see here for selling trilobite fossils. Very cool. So kind of fun, lots of potential there. And again, this is something that I can go and pick up for nothing, free, enjoy a little time with the family, and write off my mileage and meals as a business expense, and bring home some trilobites and list them on eBay. So another fun item, fossils and trilobites. You can go and find places like this if you look for UDig fossils on online. If we just were to do that, UDig fossils, and you could put your state in there and see what you can find. They're pulling up what's close to me, but there are others out there too. If we wanted to look for something in Arkansas, we could see if there's anything there. rockhounddinger.com, maybe Tennessee. Just do a search for your location and see what you've got. Maybe you've got fossils somewhere where you can go dig up your own fossils. I know there are diamond mines where you can dig up your own raw diamonds as well, and that's something you might be able to sell on eBay, or other gems. These are things that sometimes you don't even have to pay for. You can go dig them up. Other times, pay a small fee to dig up all you want and sell them on eBay. So a lot of potential there, a lot of fun. creative things that you can do with eBay. Well, thank you for joining tonight. If you do have questions on any of this kind of stuff, just email your coach or let us know, and we'll be happy to help you out.